Ever had this feeling? That tiny spark when you agree to a blind date. You picture candlelights, easy conversations, maybe a genuine connection. Well, today's story is about that spark and how mine was doused, drowned, and then danced on by a woman with a palm wine gourd and zero sense of personal boundaries. So, last December, I traveled down from Lagos to my town for Christmas. The air smelled like peas and pepper soup. My mother smelled like an opportunity. "Son," she said, her eyes glittering, "I have found you a wife. A proper village rose." Now, in my mother's dictionary, a proper village rose means a gentle, respectful, could cook like a master chef, and crucially, was from a good family. I was skeptical, but hey, a free meal and a chance to make mom happy, I suited up. I pictured a shy smile, maybe a thoughtful conversation about her dreams, What I walked into at that local VIP chop bar was something else. Let's just call her Amara. Amara wasn't sitting, she was holding a court. And our first sign of chaos, the sound. The date hadn't even started, and she was already working on a bowl of groundnuts. But this wasn't eating, this was more like a performance. A rhythmic, open-mouthed symphony of crushing. I tried to smile. "You must be hungry," she winked. I have a healthy appetite for everything. Cue my first internal panic. Then the drinks arrived. Palm wine. Now I enjoy a calabash or two. Amara saw the calabash not as a drink, but as a challenge. She was not only sipping. She conquered 1, 2, 3 gourds down like she was putting out a fire in her soul. And with each gourd, her volume increased. She was now telling the entire chop bar about her prize-winning goats. Now I began to plan my escape route. And then a song came on. The small radio behind the counter played opening notes. Her eyes widened. She pointed a finger to the sky. And in the middle of our date, surrounded by plates of jollof rice, Amara stood up and began to dance. Not only a head nod, a full-blown sweat-breaking, waist-bending routine. People were clapping. She grabbed my hands, tried to pull me up. "Come, my future husband, dance with your wife." Future what? The room froze for me. That was the moment the comedy curdled into pure, unadulterated shock. I mumbled an excuse. The bathroom. I need the bathroom. It was a pathetic lie, but I had to run. I got up, made it to the door, feeling the sweet promise of freedom. Then I felt a hand clamp on my wrist. A strong palm wine fueled hand. She was right behind me. Not a hair out of place from her dance. "Running away from destiny, my love. The universe has spoken. I have already told my father, the chief, about you." "Chief?" The word hung in the air like a hammer. You don't understand. In my village, the chief isn't just a man. He is the law, tradition, and final authority. And his daughter had just publicly branded me her fiancé. My mind raced. Rejecting her wasn't just rude, it was a diplomatic accident. It could mean land disputes for my uncles, social exile for my mother. This wasn't a bad date anymore. It was now a family-defining crisis. How do you tell a chief's daughter, who is currently holding your wrist hostage? Actually, your showing is a deal breaker. I sat back down. The meal continued. She called over more relatives to meet the one. Each handshake felt like signing a contract. I was trapped in a comedy of errors that was quickly turning into a drama of survival. My Lagos brain was short-circuiting. Do I fake my death? Elope by myself? But then, in the middle of this chaos, I looked at her, really looked. Behind the loud chewing and the forceful dancing, she was just happy. Genuinely, blindingly happy she found someone. And I was about to crush that and potentially my family's peace from my own Lagos standards. The guilt hit me like a truck. Suddenly, a sleek SUV pulled up, dust flying everywhere. The chop bar fell silent. The door opened, and out stepped a man in a traditional attire with an aura of absolute authority. Mara clapped. "Daddy!" The chief arrived. He was walking straight to our table. And guess what happened next when he sat face to face with me? Did I ever get engaged, or was there a tribal ceremony? Or did I ever escape the symphony of chewing? Now that is a story for the second half of this video. So smash that like button now if you want part 2, because what happened next involved a negotiation I was not prepared for. And in the comments, let me know, what would you have done if you were in my shoes? Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss it. And I will see you in the next big story on Storyverse.